फिर श्री राजा आए दिल्ली आए मेरे सब साथ माँ सचारहित भय फिर साथ की पकड़े हाथ माँ सचारहित भय फिर साथ की पकड़े हाथ फिर श्री राज आए दिल्ली बोले श्री सतगुरु महाराज की जय प्राणनाथ प्यारे की जय. So Mahamati Prannathji introduced Nijananda sect to the leaders and scholars of all these faiths. 4 Vaishnava traditions, 6 philosophies, sannyasis, and all the religious scholars were there to hear what Mahamati Prannathji had to say. Because they conceded before Prannathji spoke. When Prannathji asked questions about the place of moksha, and they all talked about the 14 planes of the universe are within the realm of the perishable world, Chhara Brahmanda as we call it. So Mahamati Prannathji would ask them, you are all talking about the realm that would perish during Prakritik Pralay. So what happens when that dissolution happens? Where would soul get to? The Lord that you talk about reside within the perishable realm. In that case, what happens when the dissolution happens? As we've already talked about the fact that it is only with the transcendent understanding of Tartam, the realm of imperishable reality can be realized or understood. When we are in a dream, when we're in the state of dream, it is inevitable that we cannot understand the realm of awakened state. When we're in a sleep, when we're in a dream, that becomes real. And we can never find that the real world exists beyond that dream. Similarly, Mahamati Prannathji for that matter says, Ete dina trilokame huti buddha shupanna. So Buddhaji Buddha jagratale pragate puri notanna. So until now, until the Tartam came into the existence, there was no understanding of the beyond. There was no understanding of the eternal realm, no understanding of Paramdham, no understanding of even Akshara Brahma, who creates infinite number of universes with a blink of an eye. It is believed till today that it took God 7 days to create the world. 6 days, basically, according to Christianity. And it is believed that there is only one world that exists. But Mahamati Prannathji says there are infinite number of universes simultaneously existing. And it is Akshara Brahma who is the creator, not the Lord Supreme. Mahamati Prannathji came into this world to awaken the souls, forgetful of their true identity, of their real self. But when such a divine being comes to this world, as Mahamati Prannathji, they just don't do one thing, they just don't serve one mission, one purpose. Many things happen through them. Mahamati Prannathji says, Hama aaye hain itane kama Brahma srishti dene garadham. I'm here to awaken the consorts of the Lord Supreme, forgetful of their true identity. But he is doing a lot more than that. He is bringing together faiths. He is awakening everyone of the essence of Vedic and Abrahamic scriptures. That is what he did in Haridwar. Because all the scholars, all the acharyas, all the leaders of those faiths were unaware of the eternal realm. They were realizing that the Lord, the deities, the pilgrimages that they were believing in were the eternal one, until Mahamati Prannathji refuted it and reminded them from the Vedic scriptures themselves that those places are not eternal. With Mahamati Prannathji's introduction of Nijananda faith with all the references of the Vedic scriptures, they had no choice but to give the title of Niskalanka Buddha avatar, Vijayavinanda Buddha avatar to Mahamati Prannathji. And while they would do the arati of Gangaji, the river Gangas, they did the arati of Mahamati Prannathji as the Buddha avatar that Hindu scriptures, Vedic scriptures had stated would always come at the end of Kali Yuga, the last of the yugas. Mahamati Prannathji is entitled Vijayavinanda Buddha avatar, and from that the new era begins, the era of awakening, and the new system of counting years begins, Vijayavinanda Saka. Mahamati Prannathji realizes that the Hindu societies are divided into numerous sects. They are fighting with each other. They are so engaged in ritualistic practices, the caste system, patriarchal societal structure where male members of the family would have bigger roles, responsibilities than the women. So all these superstitious beliefs, Mahamati Prannathji sees and willing to fight against. He is there to reform the societies, the societal practices and beliefs, because he knows that deep inside, it does not matter what caste we belong, what gender we are, what religious practices, religious scriptures we follow. Deep inside, we are all part of that divine plan. Hum tum ek vatan hai ke apni ruh nahi doye, says Mahamati. On the one side, Hindus are fighting with each other. And the other side, the Muslim Emperor Aurangajeb is trying to convert all the Hindus into Islam. He is doing everything in his capacity to convert people. He is levying higher taxes to Hindu kingdom that are against his strict Islamic policies. He is destroying temples and is torturing the prisoners. While he is such a devout Muslim practitioner, he's a devout Muslim, he doesn't know the secrets, the essence of Quran himself. As Quran says, you should respect everyone, people of all different faiths, because that was Allah's intention. If he wanted, he could have made one single community, believing in one single thing or one single theme. But it was its choice. That's why he sent messengers to each and every corner of the world, sending the messages of God. So be it Hindus, Muslims, Buddhists, or all those religious denominations, the religious scholars of all different faiths were actually sent by God Supreme Allah himself, according to Quran. But what Aurangzeb does not understand is that plurality, the existence of plurality. It is okay to have plural societies, people believing in different things. Because if all of us were to think the same, there would be no thoughts to think about. If we all agreed to one thing, then we would never learn, we would never progress. So it is okay to have this plurality. It is just that we don't want them to fight and kill each other. That is against what religion is. Because the word religion comes from Latin word religare, which means something that binds together. Religions should bind people together in one set of faith, one set of belief, one set of practices. So if a religion is the cause of fighting between people, countries, and regions, then religion is not serving its purpose. In Vaisesika Sutra, for that matter, religion or dharma is defined as yetho abhyudaya nishreyasa siddhisya dharma. Religion is something that should help people attain prosperity in this life and salvation afterwards. But when Mahamati Prannathji sees what's happening around, when he gets to Delhi, the way Hindus are treated by the Muslims, and the Hindu kingdom around Delhi, the communities where the Vaishnavas are fighting with the believers of Sakta tradition, and those people believing in Sakta tradition, the followers of Lord Shiva, fighting with the tradition of believing goddesses is the supreme power. So there is a lot of infighting between faiths for some worldly purpose or for the purpose of accumulating more powers, because the religious leadership, the more disciples you have, it comes with more power, more influence over others. So there is a lot of tussle between these faiths. So Mahamati Prannathji's advent into this world was not just to awaken the consorts of the Lord Supreme, but to reform the societies, to bring harmony between faiths. As such, it is stated that Beetak chudavane sahiba ainathor. He came into this world, Mahamati Prannathji came into this world to bring an end to the fight between the religions of Vedic tradition and the religions of Abrahamic traditions, namely Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. So Mahamati Prannathji comes to Delhi after he was entitled Vijayavinanda Buddha Incarnation, Vijayavinanda Buddha Avatar. He stays there for nearly 4 months, a lot of religious debates and discussions. And as you all know, we discussed yesterday and the day before that Mahamati Prannathji, with his awakened consciousness, becomes victorious against the religious leaders and scholars of many of these faiths. Mahamati Prannathji comes to Delhi because he thinks that Aurangajeb might be one of the consorts of the Lord Supreme. Because when Mahamati Prannathji meets Satguru for the first time, Satguru Maharaj assigns the responsibility of awakening 2 leading souls of Paramdham, namely Sakundal and Sakumar. See, you might be thinking that how can there be leading souls or inferior souls? There is no such thing as inferior souls, but how can there be leaders in Paramdham, in the Supreme Abode? According to Mahamati Prannathji, the 12,000 souls are divided into 40 groups. And these 40 groups have a leader in them that we call Sirdar Sakhi. They guide these 300 consorts within the groups. It is not that the other souls would not have an equal say of rights, for that matter. They all have equal say, because it is a land of non-duality. Eka sakhi sukha pavatahe sukha pave vare haza. Here, when a consort of Sri Raji gets a chance to talk to Sri Raji Maharaj and feels the blessings, all the 12,000 souls feel that glorious moment. All of them become happy. All of them realize that bliss. So that is the land of non-duality. Yet, in this world, those Sirdar Sakhis, those leading consorts, Sakundal and Sakumar, their Paratam, their real self in Paramdham is laughing because the spirit that they have in this world is so deeply engaged in worldly affairs, have become the leaders in this world, not realizing their eternal glory. So Satguru Maharaj specifically mentions these two leading souls and assigns the responsibility of awakening them to Prannathji. So Mahamati Prannathji arrives in Delhi yet again because the previous attempt to reach out to Aurangajeb failed. He tried his best to reach out to Aurangajeb, but to no avail. So this time he comes again. As we already talked about, Aurangajeb is not a good ruler. He is probably a good ruler for the Muslims. He is not the ruler of the whole of India. He is attempting to convert everyone into Islam. Mahamati Prannathji realizes that you do not have to be following a particular faith in order to attain salvation, because all of these religious traditions are essentially guiding humanity towards that same goal. As Sri Krishna says, Mama Bhartmanu Vartante Manushya Partha Sarvasa, all of humanity is heading towards me, the universal self. So call him Allah, or call him the Supreme Father, or Holy Father, or call him Brahma. It is the same supreme reality, says Mahamati Prannathji. So why is there such a need to convert everyone into Islam? Mahamati Prannathji says, for that matter, Aurangajeb should be reminded of the essential teachings of Islam. Mahamati Prannathji doesn't want everyone in Delhi, because Aurangajeb would notice it and they might be mistreated. So Mahamati Prannathji leaves all the women and older Sundarsaji in Anupsahar, and he himself goes to Delhi with some of the leading Sundarsats who are awakened, who are strong physically, mentally, and emotionally. When Mahamati Prannathji went to Anupsahar to leave all the older ladies in Anupsahar, the book of Sananda was revealed to him. And Mahamati Prannathji, when he returns to Delhi, gets to meet a guy named Asajit. And Mahamati Prannathji showed him a chapter of Sananda Grantha called Navi or Narayana. So it is a little controversial even today to the leaders of Pranami faith, let alone other Vedic scholars and Vedic intellectuals. In this, Mahamati Prannathji compares the glory of Prophet Muhammad with Narayana. Many Hindus consider Narayana to be Lord Supreme. Here, Mahamati Prannathji has a comparison between Navi and Narayana. And the comparison goes like this. Narayana creates this world. All of us are the children of Narayana, basically, because when Narayana says Ekoham Bhoshyam, from Narayana comes Sesh Narayana, and then from Sesh Narayana, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Mahesha are created, and from Brahmaji, these 14 planes of the world are created, along with these jivas, all the jivas, plants, all the lives. So Mahamati Prannathji compares Navi and Narayana and says, while Narayana is not aware of, is unaware of his true identity, because as we already talked about, Narayana is none but the dream body or material existence of Akshara Brahma. When Akshara Brahma finds himself in dream, then Akshara Brahma becomes Narayana. So Narayana is not aware of his reality, that he is the Akshara Brahma, infallible Brahma. While that is the case with Narayana, who is not aware of his true self and is not aware of the supreme reality of Paramdham, because he is the existence in dream, Mahamati Prannathji says the Nabi, the Prophet Muhammad, had the glimpse of Sridharji Maharaj. He got to Paramdham and received 90,000 words or verses, 30,000 verses of rituals, ritualistic knowledge, 30,000 of devotion, and the 30,000 others were of supreme understanding, transcendent understanding. And when he had this conversation with the Lord Supreme Raji Maharaj specifically tells him that the 30,000 verses of the supreme understanding would not be revealed to the world. Keep it to yourself. I will come and I will reveal to the world myself. And the 30,000 words that I'm telling you of hakikat, of the truth, if you only find a true meek soul that would truly value it, truly treasure it and understand it, only then to that person share that understanding. And for now, only reveal the 30,000 words of rituals, a ritualistic understanding, reveal it to the world. So Mahamati Prannathji compares Nabi and Narayana in this chapter and talks about the glory of Prophet Muhammad. And listening to this, the comparison of Nabi and Narayana and Mahamati Prannathji's audacity to get to Aurangajeb, attempt to awaken him, attempt to remind him the true glory of Prophet Muhammad and Islam, because even the Muslims are not aware of who Prophet Muhammad is. Mahamati Prannathji glorifies it, glorifies Prophet Muhammad, they glorify him. So Asajit feels that these people are crazy in crude terms, because they seem like they do not even have head. These are headless people. They are called Murkata in Nepali, because they do not fear death. They are trying to reach out to Aurangajeb, and they do not have any fear of its repercussions. They would be killed by Aurangajeb, because Asajit knows how tyrannical Aurangajeb is. Those who speak against him are instantly killed. Asajit says, the chapter that's in Hindi, as we all know, the words of Tartam are mostly written in Hindi. So Asajit told Mahamati Prannathji and his team that Aurangajeb would not receive anything that's written in Hindi. It has to be in Urdu or Farsi, in the language Urdu. So Mahamati Prannathji is trying to find someone who could reach out, who could translate this. Mahamati Prannathji is still looking for ways to reach Aurangajeb, because Asajit would not find a way for him. He's looking for people who could reach out to Aurangajeb. He's looking for Muslim. There was a guy called Sheikh Suleiman. He had met Prannathji a couple of times. So Mahamati Prannathji thought that he could be a good person. He could be a medium through which he could reach out to Aurangajeb. But Sheikh Suleiman does not believe in the transcendent understanding of Mahamati Prannathji, but he is only concerned about the magical power, miraculous power he has. Mahamati Prannathji is against the miracles. Sadhu ki hira kahi karamata ye duniya titharachi, says Mahamati Prannathji. It is nothing but a poison when you promote your faith by magic. Even today, a lot of religious traditions promote this idea of magic, miraculous power of God and the messengers and all that God can heal everything. A lot of dissemination of the understanding of Bible is promoted through the same concept of miracle. They say that God heals everything, and they make up some stories about some people getting healed when that person becomes Christian and all that. Mahamati Prannathji is all about this transcendent understanding and promotes this idea. So Sheikh Suleiman, that Muslim, backtracked, and he said sometimes he would do it. He would go reach out to Aurangajeb. The other time he said he cannot probably do that. So he was not resolute in his thoughts. So Mahamati Prannathji is unaware of, at this point, of the ways that he could reach out to Aurangajeb. One day, Mahamati Prannathji asked Lal Dasi and Govardhan Bhatta to go to a mosque and talk to the Imam about what's there in Quran actually. The essence of Quran, he wants Lal Dasi and Govardhan Bhatta to learn. They went to the mosque, and in excitement, Lal Dasi kept talking to the Imam. They talked for hours. Lal Dasi asking questions, the Mullah responding, and the Mullah explaining the deepest secrets of Quran. And Lal Dasi became so engaged in that discussion that Govardhan Bhatta became fearful. Lal Dasi had gone to Arab numerous times because, as we all know, that he was a successful businessman. He had scores of multiple number of ships that would export goods from India and import goods from Arab. So he had an understanding of Quran, a basic level of understanding, but as he started talking to the Mullah, he became so excited that he was unaware at the time, spent hours, and Govardhan Bhatta became fearful because he feared for his life. He feared for what the repercussions would be. If the Imam would go to the Emperor and talk about these many people coming to Delhi, trying to remind him that true secrets are the essence of Quran, then the repercussions could be disastrous. So he comes back and starts talking to Mahamati Prannathji. And Lal Dasi came afterwards. All the things that Lal Dasi talked about with the Mullah, Govardhan Bhatta started talking to Prannathji as if he did those things. He asked the Mullah, I did this, I asked him this. As Lal Dasi arrived, he realized that Govardhan Bhatta is a flat out liar. He is lying what happened in the mosque with the Mullah. Then Mahamati Prannathji says, हमारा इन चटाई पर मन होता ही और यहाँ से ती उठ जाता ही तब चित्त न रहे बिठोर. Here, when we are with you, we say one thing, but when we get out of here, when we have to talk to people, then we become restless. Mahamati Lal Dasi says as if he's addressing himself and other Sudarshaji, but he literally is trying to address Govardhan Bhatta. Then Govardhan Bhatta says, he is talking about me, Prannathji is talking about me, he is taunting me, he is making fun of me, he is pointing to me. Do baatein Sri Raja dekh ke dil mein kiya vichara, Mahamati Prannathji felt that I sent these awakened souls to go reach out to a Muslim leader, Muslim scholar, an imam in the mosque. And these guys are fighting with each other. This is not the way to go, because we are trying to reach out to the Muslim emperor. We have to be unified. We have to be united. We should have same vision in mind, same work in mind, and these guys are fighting with each other. This is not the way to go. Mahamati Prannathji becomes furious. But whenever an awakened soul gets mad, gets upset about things, it is for a good purpose. So Mahamati Prannathji was excited in anger. And then he assigns responsibilities. He feels that if we have all of these Sundar Sats here, then no work will be done. There will be no result because they would be fighting with each other. So what he did, Mahamati Prannathji assigned responsibilities. Karkhana kagataka ye shopya lala dasako. So the responsibility of studying religious books, the Vedic scriptures and Abrahamic scriptures, namely Quran, was given to Lal Dasi. Bhimbhata, Mukunda Dasi, they were sent to Udaipur to awaken others. Govardhan Bhatta was assigned the responsibility to go and take care of Mahamangalpuri Dham Surat. And Mahamati Prannathji himself went to Anup Sahar with Sheikh Badal Bhai, the first Muslim disciple of Mahamati Prannathji. Because having all of them together, it was being less conducive. They were fighting with each other, so Mahamati Prannathji was leaving to Anup Sahar. And on the way to Anup Sahar, he had diarrhea. So he became weak, really weak. And all the Sundar Sats began feeling bad. The wife of Lal Dasi began crying because she realized that if something would have happened to Mahamati Prannathji, if something had to happen to Prannathji, then they would all be without the leader, without someone who could lead them to Paramdham. Mahamati Prannathji consoles Lilbai, the wife of Lal Dasi, saying, it is the dharma of the material body. It gets sick sometimes. It gets weak sometimes. It is natural. The death is a natural process. But I will let you know when the time comes for me to leave this material body. When I'm about to leave this world, I'll let you all know, but this is not the time yet. Mahamati Prannathji knows because he is the Lord Supreme himself. Now you may ask, if he is the Lord Supreme, why is he going through all these troubles? You definitely should have this question. What we should not be forgetful of is the fact that within the body of Maharaj Thakur Prannathji, the soul of Indravati lies. The soul of Indravati, the spirit of Indravati, wants to witness the suffering of the world, forgetfulness. So she has to experience all these things. That is why Indravati is experiencing all this, not the divine power of Sri Raji within the body of Maharaj Thakur, which is experiencing this. So Mahamati Prannathji gets to Anup Sahar. Lal Dasi and Sheikh Badal Bhai, among others, are there with Mahamati Prannathji. The story of Hussaini Tafsir, the realization that the book of Quran has the reference of Paramdham and how he could reach out to the Muslim Emperor Aurangajeb would be possible. The finding of the key would be the topic for tomorrow's discussion. Dear Sundar Saji, I'll leave it at this point here. So Mahamati Prannathji gets Hussaini Tafsir from one of the Sundar Sats, Dayaram Bhai. He pays 38 rupees back then, so that's probably worth thousands of rupees. And when Mahamati Prannathji gets Hussaini Tafsir from him, then Mahamati Prannathji realizes that in the book of Hussaini Tafsir, in the chapter called Inna in Julna, the reference of 3 worlds is found. Mahamati Prannathji unravels it, being Braja, Ras, and Jagani. And in the chapter of Surah Inna Atena, Mahamati Prannathji finds the reference of Jamunaji and Hauz Coaster Talab, the 2 features, 2 parts of Paramdham. So Mahamati Prannathji realizes that with this, he can easily reach out to any Muslim scholars and remind them of the true glory of the book of Quran, because the Muslims are unaware of the divine revelations in the book of Quran themselves. So once Mahamati Prannathji finds out, then he is all excited. He forgets all the troubles that he had with Sundar Satji fighting with each other. He begins writing the letters to Bhim Bhatta, Mukunda Dasi, Uddhav, Kesab, Syam, and says, Sunyo, Bhima, Mukunda ji, Uddhav, Kesab, Syama, Hamapati Padi, Muhammad ki sab pai hakikat dhama. अपने घरों की इशारत थी और न समझे कोई और कोई तो समझे जो कोई दूसरा हो. When Satguru Maharaj was given this Tartam mantra, Lord Sri Krishna said, ये भागवत कागद तुम्हारा, ये तुम्ही से खुले का. The book of Bhagavad is yours. It is your book that you are going to reveal to the world. The deepest secret of Bhagavata would only be unraveled by you. Here, Mahamati Prannathji finds the deepest secret of the book of Quran and realizes that it is only the Brahma Srishtis, awakened souls, that would understand the true secrets that lie within the book of Quran. So both the Vedic and Abrahamic scriptures, the understanding of which was there within Mahamati Prannathji. So the responsibility of unraveling the deepest secret of Vedas in the Puranas would have to be done by Mahamati Prannathji once he realizes it. Once he realizes that fact, he realizes that it is only through awakened souls like him who would be able to reach out to both Hindus and the Muslims and bring them together. Because Hindus are not aware of the deepest secrets of the Vedic scriptures, and the Muslims are not aware of the deepest secrets of Quranic teachings. Mahamati Prannathji, it is believed that for 3 days, when he realized the secrets that lied in Hussaini Tafsir, we'll talk about what Hussaini Tafsir is tomorrow. When Mahamati Prannathji found the reference of Paramdham in Hussaini Tafsir, as well as 3 worlds of Braja, Ras and Jagani in there, Mahamati Prannathji lied in the bed for 3 days. He could not wake up in excitement because he realized now that he could reach out to anyone for that matter, awakening anyone, Hindus, Muslims, irrespective of their faiths, because he had the key that would unlock the secrets of Quran as well. He already had the key to unlock the secrets of Vedas. And for that matter, he was given the title of Niskalanka Buddha Avatar in Haridwar by all these religious leaders. But now he realized that he could do the same with the Muslim scholars. He could engage with them in religious debates with Muslim scholars. Dear Sundar Satji, such is the glory of Dharma that we can go and engage in discussions and debate with people of all different faiths. We have the secrets of Quran with us, the secretive understanding of the book of Quran, and we have the secretive understanding of the book of Vedas. So why are we holding ourselves back? That is the question. We gotta We gotta come out of our comfort zone and reach out to the world with this transcendent understanding. And when we do, like I said, when we make collective efforts, it doesn't take long for us to awaken the world, awaken the Hindus and Muslims alike, awaken the Christians and the Jews alike. Everyone can be awakened with that transcendent understanding that Dharma is. With this, I conclude my remarks for today. Thank you all so much. Prannathji.